Oh, isn't it nice to talk to me? Um, yeah, last week I forgot to start the recording and I turned it on in the middle of our meditation. I think this week the recording should be available for everybody to look at. Um, so let's start. Okay. Um, I do this. I do mute. Oh, okay. So now we can do that. And here we go. Let's start with some practice. Let's start with just taking a nice deep breath in and slowly letting it out. And another nice deep breath in and slowly letting it out. And this time, as you take the deep breath in, as you get to let it out, let go of all the stress, all the junk, all the stuff that's been spinning. So slowly let it out. And one more time, nice deep breath in and slowly let the air out and let go of all the spinning, all the junk, and just be here, be present, relaxed, and ready to meditate. Hopefully, you're been trying to meditate every day. These classes were originally an hour and a half, and we could go around and everybody could talk about how they're doing and what issues they have, but we don't have time for that. You can email me and I'll be more than glad to talk to you about things that are happening, coming up for you. A couple thoughts about trying to meditate regularly. Find a good place to meditate. When I put up this graphic, the idea was that I could sit on the sofa in this room and look out at the beach and the ocean and the trees and just be at peace and relax. I can close the door. Do you have a place where you can sit quietly and not be bothered? Do you have to turn the ringer off on the phone? Do you have to let everybody know that please leave you alone for 15 minutes? You're going to meditate. Do you have a cat or a dog that won't leave you alone? Karen and I use an app to time our meditation, and it plays the gongs. So we tell our dog we're going to meditate, and he hears the gongs and pays attention for a little while. He has ADD, so he can't sit still for very long. He can do about 4 or 5 minutes on Karen's left side, and he has to go to Karen's right side, and he has to go in the middle. And then after about 20 minutes, he starts bothering us, and we have to holler at him. We're meditating, and he'll behave himself again. So, whatever adjustments you need to make for your pets or your family members, um, and note here is meditation is mind training. And hopefully you remember how to get to Carnegie Hall. Practice, practice, practice. And that's how you really make mindfulness meditation change your default, change your brain, rewire your brain. The more we practice coming back to the present moment, the more that becomes our default. And it actually can happen in as little as 8 weeks, practicing as little as 15 minutes a day. You can actually start changing your default mode instead of constantly spinning about things that happened in the past or spinning about what's going to happen tomorrow. We're constantly being triggered about things that are happening right now. We actually can start just being present and learning to just be able to respond to what's going on and not react. Okay. How about we do some real meditation now? Sit comfortably in your chair. Didn't want to ring that yet. Sit comfortably in your chair, feet on the floor, eyes open or shut. It's nighttime, and a lot of us don't get a good night's sleep. So as soon as we start to relax, we're asleep. If you have that issue, then leave your eyes open and just gaze down softly at the floor in front of you. If you find that you're falling asleep, just shake it off and open your eyes and continue to meditate. So we're going to start with mindfulness of deep breathing, and then we're going to go into just mindfulness of our breath. Either ring it too loud or too softly. Taking a slow, deep breath in to a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And slowly letting it out to a count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Continue at your own pace. Put your hands in our mindfulness position of pointer touching our thumbs, fingers out, and palms resting on our thighs. And just continue doing your best to breathe in to a count of 3 and to breathe out to a count of 6. If you mess up the count, it's no big deal. Just start over. Trying to focus our attention on our breathing, on feeling that breath coming into our body and our body's expanding. And as we're counting out to a count of 6, slowly having our chest and our stomach slowly deflate. And then the cycle starts over again, breathing in and breathing out. If you find yourself daydreaming, having discursive thoughts, as soon as you're aware, you're back in the present moment. And just go back to counting your breath. As we're focusing on our breath, we can also be aware of feeling our feet supported by the floor, feeling our body supported by the chair, the weight of our hands on our thighs, the feeling of our hands being supported by our thighs. We're going to transition now to just paying attention to breathing. Don't need to count anymore. Just be aware of the feeling of the cool air coming in through your nose and the warm air leaving, your body expanding and contracting. And now that we don't have to take deep breaths, we can just breathe much slower and relax even more. But as we pay attention to our breath is in the present moment. It's not in the past. It's not in the future. It's right here, right now. Our hands can be in any comfortable position. What is the quality of your breathing now? Is it nice and slow and relaxed? Is your breath helping you relax and just be in the present moment, breath by breath, moment by moment? Just trying to focus on our breath with no judgment. Our mind has been telling us stories our whole life. We start daydreaming again. It's what we've done forever. We're just starting to practice trying to focus on being in the present moment. It takes time to learn to do this. It takes practice, practice, practice. What's the quality of your breathing now? Nice and relaxed. Your chest and your belly just expanding a little and contracting a little because you're just sitting here relaxed. Nothing is happening in this present moment. Nothing to do, nothing to worry about, nothing to stress about. In a few seconds, I'm going to ring the bells and slowly open your eyes and be aware of the room that you're in and what's going on in the present moment. Every time I go on retreat, someone comments that when we go home, we have to tell everybody how hard it was to do nothing for a day or a whole week. And it is hard to just be present and do nothing and be comfortable with it because we think, got to keep doing something. And yet it's so simple. All you do is pay attention to breathing. Wow. And that changes how you deal with everything in your life and your health. Some attitudes about mindfulness and how it can help us. Non-judging, biggest rule. Just allowing what happens. You can't mess this up. You can't do it wrong. There's no such there is no such thing as a bad meditation. It is whatever it is when you meditate. whether, as one teacher said, sometimes I have to spend 45 minutes to an hour to settle my mind before I can meditate. That's an extreme, but it's really your mind keeps spinning. Well, you keep practicing coming back to the present moment. The huge change for me when I started meditating was I was practicing being able to focus. And I suddenly found that I could focus all the time instead of being distracted all the time. It made an enormous difference. Self-kindness and compassion, that's a great one. Can everybody put their arms, cross their arms, rub your shoulders. Repeat after me. There, sweetheart.
There, sweetheart.
There, sweetheart.
Self-compassion.
Acknowledging, allowing, and accepting. So again, geez, I was supposed to only count 3 to breathe in. And the next thing I knew, I was counting to 5 and I had to stop. And I was worried that now I had to count to 10. I messed that up. I can't even count to 3. I messed that up. No, it's just what it is. Allow and accept. Patience. Okay. Again, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice, practice, practice. The more you do this, the better you become at it. Never perfect, but you become better at it. Letting be, letting go. Again, just if you are sitting here paying attention to your breathing, you've got to be letting be, letting go, and just being here. There's nothing to do. There's nothing going on. Non-striving, letting go of the struggle. Whether we're retired or still working, we're a student. We've got to keep striving. We've got to keep doing. Not while you're meditating. You're just being there, just relaxing and letting it go, letting everything go. And the great one, beginner's mind, starting fresh each moment for the very first time. This next breath, you've never had that breath before. Each moment is a new experience, beginner's mind, just starting over. What's going on? What's going on in my body? We're going to get into that in a minute because we're going to start talking about our bodies. Leave that go. So our breath can only be in the present moment. And while we're alive, our bodies can only be in the present moment. So just as we can pay attention to our breath, we can pay attention to our bodies. And our bodies are really our window to our world. A lot of us don't have a good body image. We look in that mirror, and I remember when my hairline was down here somewhere, not there anymore. It's not all the way back, but it's not where it used to be. So for a lot of us, we're not thrilled with our self-image. But if we simply accept the fact that this is the only body we have, and it's telling us what's going on in our world. I'd like to introduce you to your body. Lightly tap the top of your head. Okay. Lightly tap your cheeks. Go back to your shoulders, elbows, chest, belly, thighs, knees, right, bottom of the right foot, bottom of the left foot. Okay. We're going to do a body scan. We're going to go from the top of our head all the way down to the bottom of our feet. And we're going to see what's going on in our body. And we're going to use our breath to help relax our body. When my kidneys, my dog, or my wife wake me up in the middle of the night and I lay back down to go to sleep, sometimes I have to do a body scan to calm my body back down to go back to sleep. Sometimes when I lay down to sleep, my mind won't slow down. So whether I do mindfulness of deep breathing or I do a body scan to just relax. So sitting comfortably, let's close our eyes. Let's bring our attention to the top of our head. What's going on? Any tension? Any stress? Is there a fan in the room blowing on your head and you feel that fan? Or right now you really don't feel much? Well, imagine breathing in and out through the top of your head. And each breath relaxes, massages, de-stresses the top of your head. With each breath, just feels more and more relaxed. Bring your attention to your forehead. What do you sense there? Is your forehead relaxed or is it all scrunched up because you're stressed about something? What is your forehead telling you? What are your temples telling you? A headache from stress? Imagine breathing in and out through your forehead and your temples. Each breath massages, relaxes, and de-stresses us as we breathe in and out, and we relax our foreheads and our temples. Let's bring our attention to our cheeks. What do you sense there? Any stress? Any pain? Are your cheeks relaxed? Imagine breathing in and out through your cheeks. And each breath massages, relaxes, and de-stresses us as we breathe in and out. we get our bodies to relax more and more. Bring our attention to our jaw. Lots of us clench our jaws from stress. If you just put your tongue in the top of your mouth, you wind up relaxing your jaw. Now it's pretty easy to imagine breathing in and breathing out through our mouth. But each breath is massaging and relaxing and de-stressing us as we breathe in and we breathe out. Let's bring our attention to our neck and our shoulders up by our ears. My wife Karen teaches yoga. So to relax your shoulders, you raise them up, take them back, and lower them down. Now imagining breathing in and breathing out, and each breath massages and relaxes and de-stresses our shoulders and our neck as we continue to breathe in and breathe out. Now let's sense from both shoulders down our arms all the way to our fingertips. Any stress, any tension. What are your arms and your hands telling you? Now as you breathe in and breathe out, each breath relaxes, each breath massages, each breath de-stresses us as we breathe in and we breathe out. Let's move on to our chest and our belly and our lungs and our heart and our stomach. What do you sense? What is your body telling you? Do you still feel stressed? Did you eat too much for dinner or you haven't eaten yet? And your stomach aches? Again, let's use our breath, breathing in and breathing out, to just relax and de-stress and massage our chest, our lungs, our heart, our stomach, our internal organs as we breathe in and breathe out, relaxing more and more. Just being here in the present moment, relaxing. Let's bring our attention to our hips and our thighs, and we can do both knees. Aches, pains, stress, or are you pretty relaxed? What is your body telling you? What do you sense? But again, we're going to breathe in and breathe out and use our breath to just relax, to be present. And each breath relaxes us more, massages us, de-stresses us as we breathe in and we breathe out and we relax and we just sit here being present. Nothing to do, nothing to stress about, just breathing in, breathing out, and allowing our bodies to relax. Let's bring attention to our legs and our feet, and our ankles. Stress, pain. What is your body telling you? Let's use our breath to relax, to de-stress, to be here, to be present with a beginner's mind. Each breath is a brand new breath. Each breath helps us relax more and more. Now scan your body from your feet to your ankles, to your shins, to your knees, to your thighs, your hips, your belly, your chest, your shoulders. And go down our arms to our hands and back up to our neck and our jaw and our cheeks, our temples, the top of our head. Is there any stress, any areas to pay attention to that want our attention? Does your left shoulder ache or your right knee? Is there a part of your body that would like some extra attention? If there's no one part, then just breathe in and breathe out. Each breath relaxes, massages, brings us back to this present moment where nothing is going on. We just feel supported by the floor, the chair. If your chair has armrests, the armrests. And we're just here and we're relaxed. So we breathe in and breathe out and just enjoy each new present moment, breath by breath, moment by moment. Nothing to do but just be present. What is your body doing now? Are you relaxed? Are you de-stressed? Are you fighting to stay awake? What's it like for you in each present moment? I'm going to ring the bells and have you open your eyes. So that was a 15-minute body scan. You can do that as quickly or as slowly as you want. You can slowly go down each arm, your hand, the back of your hand, each ankle. You can wiggle each toe. You can pay attention to the bottom of your feet and the top of your feet. And if you're laying down and it's nighttime, it's pretty hard to stay awake. If you're laying down, even if it's daytime, it's hard to stay awake. My main teacher tells of the time he was leading a large retreat in a lying down body scan. And by the time he got somewhere between his chest and his belly, he fell asleep. He woke up hoping that no one realized, and no one really did, he doesn't think. And he just faked it and continued leading people the body scan of the rest of their body. I have used this. I do use this if I have trouble falling asleep or falling back to sleep. And I say all the things that I just said to you as I was leading this. I think it, I don't verbalize it because Karen would probably elbow me and tell me to shut up and go to sleep. But I say it to myself and it helps me relax. So we can do something as simple as taking a deep breath in and slowly letting it out to just get ourselves calmed down and be present. We can do mindfulness of deep breathing to help focus ourselves, and then we can do just regular mindfulness of breathing. We can do a body scan. These are all meditation techniques to help us get off the hamster wheel, to help us keep practicing coming back to the present moment. And the more we practice coming back to the present moment, the more we make the present moment our default, instead of spinning stories about the past so that we'll do them better the next time, or stressing about what's going to happen later today or tomorrow. Just using our breath to help relax our bodies. It's all so simple. If somebody asks you, so you're taking that meditation thing, what is it? Oh, it's just breathing. Well, shit, I do that all the time. What's the big deal? It's working hard to do nothing. I am a recovering compulsive. And many years back, I paid money to talk to a therapist who explained to me that doing nothing was doing something for me. And I said, "You're out of your mind. Doing nothing is doing nothing. How can you do nothing?" I didn't meditate back then, but sometime in that year, I actually learned and felt it that doing nothing was doing something for me. So I could say, "Hi, I'm Dan, and I'm a recovering compulsive. And doing nothing is doing something for myself." Back to the there, sweetheart. What can I do to be good to me? Sunday was a beautiful day. We drove to Belmar and sat on the beach. Sitting on the beach and watching the ocean, and I'm a guy, and the pretty girls going by in their bikinis is very relaxing. And of course, Karen and our friend's wife watched the young guys walking by in their bathing suits. So everyone had something to look at and to listen to the ocean and the waves and just do nothing. And it's so relaxing. If you can't be at the beach, you can still just quietly sit somewhere and pay attention to your breath. It's all so simple. So let's, we have 5 minutes. Yeah, let's meditate for our last few minutes. So sitting nice and comfortably. Simply paying attention to our breath. Beginner's mind. Each breath is something we've never done before. It's a new breath. What's your body? What is your body communicating to you? Are you nice and relaxed? Doesn't it feel good to be supported by the chair and the floor? Doesn't it feel wonderful to be able to breathe in and breathe out? Isn't it wonderful to be in this present moment, in this present moment? Nothing to do, nothing to worry about, nothing's happening. Just sitting here, relaxed. It's important that you try to make this a piece of your life. It's important that you find the time to practice. It's really important for your health, your well-being, and the sanity of everyone that lives with you and encounters you, that you find some time to practice. So everyone can unmute themselves and go to gallery view. I would like to combine acts of loving kindness and repairing the world with the Tibetan tradition of may how good we all feel right now. Can we send that energy out to all beings everywhere? May all beings be at peace, understand what peace is. And we'll end with a nice shalom. Have a great holiday. Thank you so much for letting me share something that has made such a difference in my life. And I hope you can make it a piece of your life and let it make a difference in your lives. Have a great holiday.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you.
Very much.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye. Have a good Memorial Day.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care. See you next week, guys.
Yeah.